Oh man, I don't know why exactly, but Brad Arnold, the vocalist of Three Doors Down, his sudden passing this past weekend hit me hard. Like for the first time since Kobe Bryant's death back in 2020. I like the band, obviously, but not a giant fan. He just seemed like such a great dude, such a friend to everybody. And to see someone also wither away like that from cancer at just 47 years old really hits you right in the heart. I didn't even know he wrote Kryptonite, one of the biggest hits of the early 2000s, when he was just 15 years old. Rest in peace to Brad Arnold. As a little tiny tribute here on my show, I'm playing It's Not My Time as the first of two picks of the day today. I had a whole other agenda planned, and then when his death got announced, I had to start off the show, obviously, with some Three Doors Down, and then get to what I wanted to do right afterward. I shared it on social media, the concert footage that I recorded at the Utah First Credit Union Amphitheater back when I saw Creed, Three Doors Down, Finger 11, that summer of '99 tour. It's funny that usually I'm the guy that also yells to put down your phone and watch the show, but as a dude in the media, I feel like I have somewhat of an excuse to record because obviously I'm going to share it on the K-Bear accounts at K-Bear 101 FM. I had Here Without You stuck in my head all weekend, just thinking about Brad Arnold. I never interviewed him, never even met him, anything. I just felt incredibly sad for his passing. Bummed me out hard. He was diagnosed with stage 4 clear cell renal carcinoma, aka kidney cancer that had, I don't know how you say this word. Is it metastasized? Is that how you say it? To his lungs, according to the post by the band. He died peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by his wife and loved ones. That last post on his personal account is so sad. Just a Christmas picture with his wife and his dog, and you can clearly see how cancer has affected him. The caption even said, I'm just so thankful I got to spend another Christmas with my family. You can see how skinny he is. What a horrible, just awful disease. So now I had this planned because I had this whole thing planned, like I mentioned earlier, and I was like, I got to squeeze in some type of tribute, some small little Three Doors Down tribute, you know. So now back to the regular plan. I heard this track also over the weekend and was wondering if it's even K-Bear worthy, or is it too EDM? Is it just a qualifier for Vibes 103, the HD EDM channel for Z103? Just because it has Bring Me the Horizon on the track, does that make it K-Bear worthy? I'm doing a Crank It or Yank It for this one from Illenium and Bring Me the Horizon, titled Slave to the Rhythm. Yes, I know the title is supposed to be spelt that way. If you see it on your car radio and you're like, Peaches misspelt rhythm. No, it's supposed to be like that. Listen to the song first and then vote on the poll at K-Bear 101, Idaho Rock and Metal on Facebook, or you can also give me a call at 208-535-1015 telling me to crank it or yank it. Again, that's Illenium and Bring Me the Horizon teaming up for Slave to the Rhythm. Rhythm in this case spelt like R-I-T-H-M. Crank it or yank it. Let me know once again at the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group. The post should be pinned right there at the top or on the phone right here in the studio at 208-535-1015. It is Monday, February 9th, 2026. In addition to Brad Arnold passing away and the Super Bowl, I feel like I spent way too much money this weekend. I bought NBA 2K26 because I just love those games. I'm a guy who's a sucker for buying those sports games every single year, but it was on sale on Steam for $23. I bought some other things too. I forgot exactly what I bought. I think I bought this new shirt, this new sweater. How could I forget about that? And then I realized, oh yeah, tomorrow, February 10th is my mom's birthday, and I'm the crappiest son on the planet because for the past couple of years, I've had no money at all to buy any presents for anyone in my family for their birthday or Christmas even, but they've always gotten me tons of things, and that honestly just hurts me bad. Like, I want to spoil my family the same way they've spoiled me all these years. So I went on Amazon last night, bought this game called The Game of Things. I highly recommend it. I've played it with my girlfriend and her family, and it's an overall fun game. All right? I just figured it's a perfect game for all of my family to play when I go back to Southern California to visit. Games are expensive, though. Why exactly did this tiny card game cost $31? Why? You ever go to Target, Walmart, go check out the board game section. You see how Monopoly is like $70. You're like, who's buying that at full price? I'll gladly spend money on buying presents for the family, but $31. Ridiculous. Anyway, enough of me complaining. Let's move on to some Black Veil Brides and more pretty soon right here on K-Bear 101. It is Peach's Pit Party. People are straight up annoying on social media. That's obvious to you. People will proudly share their opinion on many different posts that don't even ask for their opinions at all. They just want to make sure everyone knows how strongly they feel about certain things. Look at Valentine's Day coming up this Saturday. Every restaurant is about to be packed with at least an hour and a half wait, as if it wasn't already bad enough. You got to get that reservation now so you don't have to suffer this holiday with all these couples trying to go out, have a great night, celebrate the day of love. But then you see those people on social media that proudly say, oh, we're anti-Valentine's Day. We're just staying in. It's just a normal Saturday to us. Don't you love those comments? It's just a normal day to us. I bought Aubrey and I tickets for this Death by Chocolate event where we'll get to try a multitude of chocolate cherry items. And I already know how I'm going to feel like crap afterward, but you know, I had to do something fun. There's a limit to how many tickets were sold for this event, luckily, so it won't be like a first come, first serve thing. You just fill up slots, and then once it's sold out, it's done. Better than trying to go to like a steakhouse and get some heart-shaped steak for $45 or something like that after waiting, like I said, about an hour and a half for your table. My girlfriend loves Valentine's Day. It's her favorite holiday. I have always hated it because I'm usually the bitter single guy on that day, and I'm all upset seeing those couples posts screaming out on social media like a teenage girl, when's it going to be my turn? Well, now I'm here. Dreams do come true, I guess. Let's do some A Day to Remember All My Friends on K-Bear 101. I really hope they never stop doing the Puppy Bowl. I think it's fun. I think it's a silly, cute little thing that gets people to adopt these puppies that get highlighted on whatever channel the Puppy Bowl is on. I mean, they also get shared on social media. And there was that one very special Australian Shepherd that had this disability, a rare neurological disorder that prevented her, name's Tegan, prevented her from standing for long periods of time. She had a crooked spine and a hard time swallowing. Well, it really saddened me when I go onto Facebook. The first post that I see is that Tegan has passed away. Really, like right after the whole thing. Like she had her 15 seconds of fame and then she goes. Very unfortunate. I mean, the Puppy Bowl, it's such a fun event. I loved how one of the other puppies was named Chapel Bone. Oh, man, it's pretty cool. They had a special segment showing how the Perfect Imperfection Rescue in Connecticut was caring for Tegan and how a company called Canine Carts made devices that allowed Tegan to walk for longer periods of time without falling over. Tegan took the field at the Puppy Bowl, clearly loved being with her fellow pups. Perfect Imperfections posted updates about Tegan throughout her journey. They revealed that sometime after the taping of the Puppy Bowl, Tegan got pneumonia, ended up passing away. So also rest in peace to Tegan, the wonderful, I assume, Australian Shepherd, the wonderful poor puppy, and a lot of people online sharing their condolences. So with Victor being out today, I'm assuming people tried calling in to his morning show, didn't realize that he wasn't here, even though all the breaks said, like, here's the least worst of the Victor Wilt show. There was still, I think I walked by the studio a couple of times and saw that the light was going off. So, but somebody left a voicemail. Usually when somebody doesn't answer for a long period of time in this studio during certain hours, it'll just send you straight to a voicemail, and that voicemail that you leave will then get sent to our emails. So somebody out of Bronx, New York, out of the 397, sent us this email. Not an email, a voicemail. Literally 5 seconds of them coughing and then like making some sort of spit sound, and that's it. I truly don't understand when people don't hear the please leave your message after the beep, beep, and then leave this. Okay, and go, okay, that was good. Okay, let's hang the phone up. I still appreciate this person streaming us from Bronx, New York, apparently streaming us through the K-Bear 101 app. You can download that today. Take us wherever you want to go. I don't think there's a rock station. I don't think there's an active rock station, I should say, in New York. I know there's that famous classic rock station. Is it Q104 or something like that. It's a legendary classic rock station, but nothing like K-Bear. So I'm appreciating that person nonetheless, just downloading the app or streaming us at kbear.fm. Well, obviously, the Seattle Seahawks won Super Bowl 60 in a very not-so-exciting game. Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker III won the Super Bowl MVP award, and Patriots quarterback Drake May, he struggled. Seahawks kicker Jason Myers did not struggle, hitting 5 out of 5 field goals to set a Super Bowl record. It was a very, just boring watch. After the third quarter, I was like, okay, enough's enough. I'm done. According to a recent survey, a record-breaking 26.2 million U.S. workers are expected to skip work today as they recover from their Super Bowl parties. These absences are projected to drain $5.2 billion from the economy in lost productivity, with an additional 4.9 million fans expected to stroll into work late without warning. Between sleep deprivation, low motivation, actual hangovers, nearly half of the American workforce admits they'll be coasting at least a little bit until tomorrow. I guess Victor was one of those stats, huh? Decided not to show up today, and then tomorrow, both Victor and Jade, and also Maddie from down the hall, are going to be in Salt Lake City for the Ghost Show and at the Delta Center. Going to be one fantastic concert. Let's talk about the Olympics here for a little bit here. Olympic skiing superstar Lindsey Vonn with a ruptured ACL crashed during a downhill run and had to be airlifted off the mountain. She had surgery to deal with the fractured leg. Outside the Lindsey Vonn injury and drama, America still won a gold medal as Breezy Johnson won the downhill final. American figure skater Ilya Malinin, is that how you say it? And also known as the Quad God, did a backflip on skates and stuck the landing. Canadian figure skater Madeline Shizaz, I don't know how do you say that last name, went viral over the weekend because as a college student athlete, she had to get a school assignment extension for being busy at the Olympics. Not a bad excuse. At least it's better than my dog ate the homework, whatever that is, Anyway, that does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. If you're job hunting right now, it can feel like you're throwing applications straight into a black hole between AI filters, automated rejections, and never hearing back. It is exhausting. That's why HireEastIdaho.com actually matters. It's local jobs from local companies for people who actually live and work here, not some massive corporate system that ignores you. You fill out the whole stupid thing, even though it says it all in your resume. You still got to put all your work experience on there. It's so dumb, right? The site just got redesigned. It's free for job seekers, and they're adding new openings all the time. And this week's Job of the Week is with a great company, Melaleuca. They're hiring a quality assurance specialist / inspector for a morning shift, paying $16.10 an hour. If you've got a sharp eye for detail, like hands-on work, if you like hands-on work and take pride in making sure things are done right, this could be a real solid fit. You can apply for that job and check out a ton more openings right now at HireEastIdaho.com. No nonsense, no algorithms deciding your future, just real opportunities right here in East Idaho. HireEastIdaho.com. It's Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101, now with Alter Bridge. Silent Divide. It's Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. I was just talking about HireEastIdaho.com, a great site to get hired. I mean, you can just upload your resume, look at different job opportunities that interest you, and boom, apply. There you go. See if you get a call back. See if you get an interview and get hired with HireEastIdaho.com. Now, I went onto Facebook right after talking about that, and I saw this meme pop up from this page called PhD in Nonsense, and they posted, if a job hires you on the spot and says, welcome to the family, you're about to encounter multiple human rights violations. And that's true. I hate these buzzwords, certain phrases, these constant things that you hear with typical work jargon. Even just everyday phrases make me so upset. I was just upset about this one person commenting on the picture of Green Day that I posted, calling me Muffin. And I was like, that's a little weird. Aw, Muffin. So I was just making fun of that, annoying my girlfriend yesterday, repeating that over and over. Aw, Muffin. Anyway. So then I decided to ask AI, hey, what are some huge red flags when it comes to when you get hired somewhere? What are some huge red flags? Huge red flags that people tend to ignore when trying to apply for a job. And obviously, welcome to the family is number one. You get guilt tripped when you try taking time off. If they say we all pitch in, that's unpaid extra work. emotional manipulation disguised as loyalty if it's a family wears the inheritance type of thing. We work hard and play hard, meaning chronic burnout, mandatory fun that you're not paid for. Someone's definitely crying in the bathroom at least once a week. That's what they should do. They should allow you to interview the people that already are working there and say, hey, have you tried crying once on your shift? And if they say yes, you get out of there, no matter how sensitive that person is. Still, it's just, why even feel the need or even fathom the thought of crying in the workplace type of thing? If the salary is not listed, if they can't disclose pay, they're hoping you'll fall in love with the job before finding out it pays, like a gas station back in the early 2000s. I saw this one post from Crappy Radio Jock, one of our favorite Instagram pages that makes fun of everything wrong with the radio industry. And there's this one job posting for iHeartMedia in Washington, D.C. It's a pretty expensive place to live, right? Because it's, just a big area. That's where everything happens politically, all that stuff. Very crowded. It's a bigger market, too, for radio. So you'd expect the pay to be at least a little decent. No, not the case at all. The pay to be an assistant program director for the entire cluster was $48,000 to $62,000 a year, which is nothing for that area. That Instagram page, Crappy Radio Jock, they did what's it called? Analyzed the whole situation and found out that the median pay for you to live somewhat comfortably in the Washington, D.C. area is around $90,000 a year. You're making $30,000 below that to do a major job for a major radio corporation. An assistant program director job is no joke. Should be getting paid a lot more. I also hate this huge red flag when it comes to getting hired somewhere. You see this in the job description, fast-paced environment. So you're telling me there's chaos, understaffing, no training. You'll be learning on the fly because, well, nobody has time to teach you, really. I posted this meme that I found on NFL Memes, I believe, in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group, talking about the food and drink prices at Super Bowl 60. And, well, I didn't realize my post would turn into, hey, let's compare these prices to a local venue to sort of, take a jab at them for having expensive concessions, which I hate to break it to you. That's how every single venue across the country is. Like, it's shocking to find, cheaper water at a venue. And it's not even the best kind of water. It's like Aquafina or Dasani they try giving you. And they always give you the water bottle with no cap, right? Because they're afraid that someone's going to launch the cap at the band or whatever, whoever they're watching at whatever event, and just hurt someone. So they always give you it's so stupid. Why would they do that? But I'm looking at some of the prices here. Aquafina was $8 at the Super Bowl. There was a few other things on there, like this super hot Chinatown dog. What was even on this thing? I can barely read it. My vision's going horribly. Char grilled footlong all beef hot dog, Chinese hot mustard. How do you say that? Char sui pork, sriracha, yellow radish of some kind. Other stuff on there. Oh, and also a Super Bowl fortune cookie. That was $20 for a hot dog, a stinking hot dog with all these different condiments, It's so stupid. But yeah, all the comments were like, oh, we pay $16 a beer at the Mountain America Center, so who's really getting screwed? I mean, you're the one paying that price. It's like if you really wanted to make a difference, you wouldn't pay for a $16 beer. You go, you know what? I'm not going to. And then the more people that don't, the more they'll reevaluate. And it's not just, I'm not calling out the Mountain America Center by themselves. I'm calling out every venue across the country because, that's how it works at stadiums, amphitheaters, concert venues, to say the least. Like every concert venue across the country knows for a fact that once you go inside the venue, the concessions are going to be the only option of food and beverage that you have, so the prices go through the roof. If you're that crazy about the Mountain America Center, just wait until you try seeing what Disneyland charges people. I did notice there was like a $180 burger that they had. This thing was ridiculous. It had a little stuff coming out the side of it. That thing better be the best Dane burger I have ever had in my entire life. If I'm paying nearly $200 for a stinking burger. I think it was $400 to park at the Super Bowl, and the cheap seats were in the thousands of dollars. Again, I watched it for free at my girlfriend's parents' place It was a great football game. Just kidding. It was an awful football game, but it was a great free experience that I'm glad I didn't pay money for, especially if I was a Patriots fan and I had to pay that much money to watch that garbage. Disgusting. What hobby screams, this is my entire personality now? And I did like one of the answers on this thread. I mean, the top one says aviation, and for how much you're paying to do it, it makes sense. And then once you're paid to do it, you have to do it really well, so you're constantly practicing. That one, okay, cool. But the second answer, podcasters. This person goes on to say, dated a guy once that had a podcast with roughly 12 followers. He spent all day, every day talking about his podcast and asking if I would listen to his podcast and make me listen to his podcast, asking me what I thought of his podcast and asking me what he should do next on his podcast. That only lasted maybe 2 weeks. I've met a few other podcasters and the experience was similar. I mean, I don't annoy my girlfriend with what I do around here. Sometimes she'll ask different questions and I'll answer them. But other than that, I'm not like pushing the show to everyone I know. But, actually, you know what? I am doing that on the air every so often. Who am I even kidding? Listen to Peach's Pit Party on demand, wherever you get your podcasts. But you don't see me like yelling that at the local Walmart, telling people to listen to my podcast. Maybe I should. Is that my way to go viral? Just have Aubrey record me, and then I just walk into Walmart and scream Peach's Pit Party, get banned. And then I'm like causing a whole feud between me and the corporate giant that is Walmart for them kicking me out, that I'm screaming Peach's Pit Party at the top of my lungs in one of their locations. Wow. I don't know how I got to that, but anyway. Oh man. Yeah. What hobby screams, this is my entire personality now. Owning horses. Horse people are just different. Heck yeah, they are. At the Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina, something pretty unusual has been happening with the medals themselves, the Olympic medals. Multiple athletes have found their medals breaking or detaching from the ribbons shortly after they were awarded. That includes top competitors like the U.S. downhill ski champion Breezy Johnson, whose gold medal came apart during a celebration, and other athletes, including U.S. figure skater Alyssa Liu, and competitors from other countries have experienced similar problems. Organizers have said they're looking into it. It's not a matter of a few scratches in some cases. The ribbon latch came off entirely or pieces snapped, which is especially awkward right after an athlete earns one of the highest honors in sports. Come on. You think they would shop somewhere that gives you a quality medal? My parents own a trophy store. They do an amazing job. They've supported me in my lifestyle throughout my entire childhood. Everything. They've provided way more than most parents should. But they've been able to because they sell quality products at their trophy business. Why not Olympics? Go to my parents' trophy business in Downey, California, huh? Why not? I wonder where they get these Olympic medals from. Do we even have a name of that place? Where do the Winter Olympic medals come from? Is there a specific business overseas? Doesn't even say. Yeah. No actual answer here. And you know what? After reading that story, I'm sure they'll keep their name completely off the radar. I tell you, people are getting weird with their pets. Now there's this whole cloning thing. Like if you're a rich pet owner and you really want to have your pet last your entire life, well, not necessarily the same pet, but like there's going to be clones and clones of that dog that you love so much. There's a story making the rounds that a man in Florida paid about $50,000 to have his Boston Terrier cloned after the dog died of lymphoma. Instead of just adopting another pet, he worked with a lab that used genetic material from his late dog to create a new puppy with the same DNA. The process takes a couple of months, and it's a part of a growing but still very expensive trend of pet cloning that some companies now offer. Cloning doesn't mean you get the same personality back because genetics are only part of what makes a pet who they are. Personality and behavior are shaped by life experience too, so even a genetic copy will be its own dog. So I know Tom Brady, then I talked about that whole story about he cloned his dog, and I don't know. I feel like my mom misses Daphne so very much. Everyone else in my family, I speak for all of them when I say good riddance. Daphne was a dog, to say the least. Daphne was a nuisance. Every single time I go back home and walk up to the front door, I still hear her barking, yapping to this day. And she's been gone since, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. And that's the only pet my mom wanted to keep her ashes. This might sound like a very stupid question, but can you get DNA from an ash pile? I sure hope not. just because I don't want to go home and there's a Daphne clone, that she was a poodle mix and she was the most annoying, yappy, violent, mean dog. And my mom just loved her. All the rest of us, well, just more so me, were like, hey, thanks for your time. Now let's just not have a dog ever again. Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101 with today's What the Headline. There's been a disturbing story from the UK that's been getting attention online. This man named Robert Richens, he was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of his ex-girlfriend Rachel Vaughn in 2025. What caught many people's eyes isn't just the crime itself, but something that showed up on body camera footage released by police as officers were arresting him. Richens was heard crying, not about what he had done whatsoever, but that he was going to miss Grand Theft Auto 6, the upcoming video game that's scheduled for release in November this year. It's a stark and unsettling moment because it highlights how detached his reaction was rather than expressing remorse or concern over the situation. His biggest worry is about missing out on a game release. I mean, GTA 6 has all of us ready, ready to play. My friend Christian, he's become the most, not insufferable. He's just become very annoying when it comes to the lack of games that we can play. I mean, there's hardly any great games out there right now. I mean, let's be honest. There's not too many out there. And so Christian is playing the same Destiny 2 online multiplayer games and screaming his head off. It'll be quiet for 5 seconds. Next thing you know, all of a sudden you hear the loudest possible scream and how he's going to hurt that person in real life for killing him on a stupid video game. And he's just waiting for GTA 6, and well, so am I. I went to the site walkinthecold.com for the Frosty Footsteps 5K information. It's going to be at Snake River Landing, the waterfront in Idaho Falls. I've been talking about this for a short while now. It's not necessarily focused on the race itself. It's to show you what it's like for somebody here in the community that's homeless and what they experience during this time of the year. There's really nowhere for them to go. It's a walk in the shoes of our local homeless community, raising awareness, providing real help. This event provides real help. 100% of the proceeds support the Idaho Falls Rescue Mission programs and shelters. And right there at the top of their website homepage, it says now accepting volunteer applications and registration. That's walkinthecold.com, the Frosty Footsteps 5K taking place Saturday, March 14th, again at the waterfront at Snake River Landing. It's Peach's Pit Party here on K-Bear 101. Let's do some Lincoln Park up from the bottom. This one is a solid reminder that traveling is just basically guessing with confidence. A group of German tourists are in southern Thailand. They smell food coming from a nearby night market, follow it like any normal human would, and accidentally walk straight into a funeral. Not a restaurant, not a food court, a funeral. They sit down, patiently wait for menus, fully thinking dinner is about to happen. Dinner's about to happen while everyone around them is actively mourning. At some point, they ask someone about food, and that's when they find out they've wandered into a wake. So here's the wild part, though. The family was not mad. They actually thought it was funny, invited them to stay and eat anyway. They then sent them on their way. I mean, why would you be mad? I mean, it's just people coming to visit on vacation. It doesn't seem like there was signs anywhere. But imagine people traveling halfway across the world, and their worst moment is accidentally attending a stranger's funeral because it smelled good. It's not disrespectful, I don't think. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brenden Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.